So here we are, base camp, the struggle of my life. I'm gonna go ahead and let the room fill in for just a couple of minutes, and we will talk about some of the things that are coming up here on the channel, and then also what you guys can expect to see. I'm probably not gonna make this the longest of lives today because I do have weird Wi-Fi issues. However, I did want to touch base with everyone and let you guys know kind of what to expect. So, after the notification goes out, I'm sure more people will find their way back to the chat. But, oh my goodness, that was crazy there for a second. Hello again, Lillian. Hello, Maddie. It's good to see you guys made it into the chat today. I have just been really trying hard to not struggle with this Texas heat. You would think that after being from Texas for as long as I have been, it would not be that big of a deal, but oh my goodness, it is. Hi, Gina. Hello. Welcome to my super impromptu thing where I discuss what's going on in life. Hello, Van Life with Crystal. I see lots of you are making it back into the room. Thank goodness. I'm sorry about the Wi-Fi issues. Where base camp is located is kind of in a hole. I don't say that lightly. It really is. There's trees all around, which is awesome until you need good internet. And it's super hard to get good internet out here, and then they tax you for bad internet, like so bad. So even with my booster and things like that, it still is kind of sketchy, and there's nothing really I can do about it. In fact, like I was saying a while ago, I can't even upload from Basecamp. I have to drive the road to do that. And some of you have seen on my previous live where I went to a cemetery to upload. That's sad. The cemetery has better Wi-Fi than my house does. What is up with that? Let's see. Okay, Insectosaurus is asking a question. That is a good question. Which is better, the Blue Eddy or the Jackery? Each of them is good in their own way. I think it really depends on what your needs are, on which one you're going to like better. I personally have one thing that I do not love about the Blue Eddy, and then I have one thing that I do not love about the Jackery. So both of them have some positives and some negatives. The thing that I don't love about the Blue Eddy is the fact that it rounds up the numbers. And I mentioned that in my review video where it's like in blocks of 20%. So if you're at the lower end of that 20%, it's very frustrating because you don't know it. And even sometimes whenever it says it's at 100%, it really is not fully at 100%. It's almost, so it rounds it kind of up because of that 20% block. So that would be the negative. And that makes it kind of harder, especially if you're not as familiar with how your power consumption works. So I usually do not let it get to that last 20% block ever, just because if it does, it may be actually closer to 5% than 20%, and I will be very frustrated if I start using it. But then the Jackery, as much as I love the Jackery because it is my largest power station, so it really holds its weight, I don't love the handle on the Jackery. The Jackery makes it difficult. So if they had a fold down handle, I think it would be perfect, but on the Explorer 1000 that I use, it does not, so that is the one negative. Now, I have learned to adapt to that. In fact, I found that my tiny power stations actually, like my little tiny car charging ones, I can slide them in there, so that's a great way for me to charge batteries at night and stuff like that. But at the same time, there's plus and minus to both of them. Hello, let me say hello to a few more people in here. Hi, Aussie Van Man. Hi, Brock. Zero Breeze, you try it out yet? Absolutely, and I do love it. I know that there's a lot of controversy about this, and I do want to address that actually. I'm going to just address the elephant in the room. Every person has a different need whenever it comes to their van life. I live in Texas and I'm traveling a lot in the Midwest. It is very sticky here, like super sticky. And because of that, I need something that is not going to be a wet cool. I need something that's going to be a dry cool. And that thing cranks it out. In fact, whenever I've used it, I have actually not had to use it all night long. Typically, whenever I am using it, I am using it for just a brief amount of time off of the battery, not off of any of my power, and it cranks out the cold. Like, it really does help a lot. And on top of that, because it does have a directionalizing hose, you can put it under your blankets and get your under blankets nice and chilly, which in conjunction with using my cooling blanket makes it very cold, guys. So I really am loving it so far. I'm going to do a follow-up video at some point in the future after I've used it for a while, just to kind of see if I have any like hiccups with it, but so far so good. Let's see. We have a few more. Oh no! Your Ridge Monkey broke, but it still works. Absolutely, it does definitely still work because it has that ability to pull apart. In fact, I have a video that I just filmed yesterday using the smaller one because a lot of people have been asking for some recipes, so I made some really yummy things. I had the strangest dinner known to man because I made 3 very strange things to eat together, but it was super, super fun, and I always like sharing that. But sometimes I forget to record when I'm at camp, realistically. I get invested in what I'm doing, and then I just don't pick up a camera. Even though I film most of my life, sometimes I just don't. Let's see. Oh, you have horrific coverage. Also, that's no fun. That is no fun. I completely feel for you. I feel like sometimes on the road in the most remote places, I have better signal than I do when I'm at base camp, and that is sad. The Jackery 2000 does have the folding handle. I appreciate that. I just don't have that one yet. I may look to upgrading that in the future. The Jackery is one that I haven't had any issues with except for one, and it actually wasn't the Jackery. It was a power cord. Device kind of like kicks off the power if they see someone end up like messing up your power station or having a fire, and I really like that. The only other power station that I've tried so far that has a similar kind of thing is the Vatid or Vatid or Vatid. There's so many different pronunciations of it. But that smaller one also does like an error message. So if you do have an issue, it does not turn on, which is really cool. I think all power stations should do that, but not all of them do. I am going to be testing out a couple of new power stations on my trip to the Pacific Northwest. A couple of you guys suggested a couple of brands, and so I went ahead and looked into them, and I will be trying them out so I can give an honest review. I just like to review different things so that there is the information out there, because I think it's really important to have information whenever you're looking something up. So yeah. Let's see. Did you know I'm the grill? If you're in this channel and you would like to see a showdown of grilled cheese between me and Aussie Van Man Brock, then let me know. We were going to do one at Ren River. It did not work out because of some different things that were going on. But if you would like to see that, then let me know. We will make that happen whenever we are all up at Bend. Let's see. Ooh, my phone's just tipping. Sorry. Do I have a fridge in my van now? Yes, I do. I currently am using an Alpicool. I actually purchased the Alpicool and also have a set power. The set power is just a little bit big for what I need personally in my space, and so I went ahead and went with the Alpicool because they had a smaller model, and I picked it up on some Amazon special, so it was like stupid good. But I really do like the set power, so I'm thinking about possibly putting it back in the van for this trip that I'm taking because it's just a really nice overall space in there. And I've just been won over by set power again because the one that my parents have, oh my gosh, I love that thing. If I could figure out how to put it in my van and have ice cream, oh, I totally would. Let's see. I have the cooling blanket. It's awesome. Yes, absolutely. And the cooling pillowcase. That is something that I found out about from Nomadic Nanny. I hadn't seen one of those. I really want one. I have a few things I'm purchasing before I leave base camp. It is definitely in my cart, so I might be picking that up. I just want to check all of my weird weather places along the way to the Pacific Northwest to make sure I'm going to need it. I probably will. I didn't know there was a cooling pillowcase. See, this is the information that we need to put out there. The cooling pillowcase. I am just really excited about it. It feels so good. Now, they do also have cooling pillows. Those are a bit more expensive, but they are pretty phenomenal. I have used one of them before, and if I knew the brand of the one that I had used previously, I would totally share it because it was literally the best pillow I've ever slept on because it was cool. You will win. No, you will not win. Do not say things like that until you know. Until you know. In the Pacific Northwest, I can't talk today. Pacific Northwest, please visit Multnomah. I'm just gonna give up on words, guys. It's hard. I have not been feeling great today. Today has really kicked my behind when it comes to the heat. And because of that, I'm just like, bleh. That is actually where I want to go. I want to visit there because I missed it the last time. I ended up going to, where did I go? I can't remember now. I went somewhere on the Washington side. Oh, Beacon Rock, I think is where I went. And I was planning on going down to Oregon after that, but I ended up meeting up with some family members instead, and then I kind of got distracted and then was like, oh, I'm going to the coast now. and completely forgot about it until I made it halfway down Oregon, and then I was like, oh no, just kidding. I am so excited, Gina. I will definitely be seeing you whenever I am up there. Dee was telling me about the fun times that you guys had at O22, and I'm super sad that I missed out on that one. So I will have to run into you up there. You have a cooling pillow, Debbie, and you. Okay, we're going to try this. It's pretty hot out here, so this is going to limit a bit. But hi, Van. Hi, Dimples. It's getting a nice rest right now. Time being, we will sit here and chat. You're going to start seeing my cheeks get super red. Let me look at what else I missed here. I have done a video with my cooling blanket, and I have a new cooling blanket that is larger that I'm testing out over the next little bit because I want to see if we can find something that is for a larger bed instead of just a smaller bed also. So this is a double-sided cooling blanket, so I'm checking it out. So we shall see, crossing our fingers. So far, so good. Let's see. How long will I be traveling this time? Any interest in Baja this winter? I would love to go to Baja. I still have not taken care of my passport. That's me. That's all me. Every time I come back to base camp, I just get overwhelmed. For example, on this particular trip here, I am trying to catch up on all of my editing, but I'm also trying to deal with my tags, and I'm trying to work on kind of some special events that I have going on the back end. And then also I am doing some other things, and all of those things seem to just like be clustering together. And I woke up today and realized it was Friday and was like, oh no, the whole week has already passed. Ah! So it's been a lot, guys. But I would like to go to Baja, so I'm going to try to take care of that beforehand. Let's see. I love watching how you cook regular meals in your van. I'm really interested in meals. So I do have a cooking video that will come out with my Ridge Monkey. I'm going to be doing 2 of them, one for the smaller, one for the larger, maybe a third one just for sweets because we like some sweets. But I filmed one of those yesterday, and I'm really excited about sharing that one because I have 3 really delicious things, one of which I know for a fact is like a staple that I cook all the time. And then the other 2 are things that I just really love, and one is a variation. Let's see. Where do you buy the cooling blanket? Amazon. I will actually be probably sharing a post with the one that I am testing out so you guys can see what it looks like. I will be adding it into a video very soon. I just wanted to, again, really try it out before I shared it with you guys to make sure that it was something that I like enough that I think that you guys would also like. I don't like to put products that I don't like on my channel just for purpose of putting them there. I think that if it's going to be on the channel, it needs to be something that I'm using pretty frequently so I can give an honest opinion. I think that that is super important because a lot of times people will review things when they just purchase it or just get it in, and that doesn't mean that you're going to have the most information about it. So typically if I do that, I'll do an unboxing so you can see what it looks like, and then I will show it after I've been using it so I can give my real feedback. I think that that's just the best way to do it, because that way I don't recommend something to you guys and 2 weeks later be like, I hate this, and then you guys have something that isn't very good. Let's see. New idea for ice cream. Vegemite ice cream. You're going to be eating that one by yourself, buddy. That one's not something. So, fun story, and I don't know if this will ever see the light of day, but at Wind River, I had told Mr. Aussie Van Man here that I would try some Vegemite, and it would have been good, guys. It would have been okay because it wasn't terrible. I was very surprised it wasn't terrible by the faces that everyone made whenever I was telling them, hey, I'm gonna eat some Vegemite, and they were like, why? But it wasn't terrible, except for the fact that there was like this pocket of Vegemite that then squirted into my mouth, and it was a texture thing then, and it instantly made what wasn't such a bad thing into something that was just like, it was bad. It was bad. It wasn't bad till then, but then it was bad. Let's see. I'd rather eat cheese ice cream, Aussie Van Man. See, you have people who are going with you on the cheese. Just go with the cheese. Van Life of Crystal, yes, we will be at Descend on Bend. There's a whole group of us that are going to be there. I'm super excited. This will be my first year to go to Bend. Everybody says that we need to go, so we're going. Let's see. Have you ever been to Eureka Springs, Arkansas? Yes, actually I have a few videos in my library for Arkansas that you might like if you like Eureka Springs. Some really beautiful things there. I've been going there since I was a child. So if you've been there like for years and years and years, there used to be like this fun little fun zone area. I still remember playing the games there. In fact, in my storage, I still have a whole bunch of baseball cards that I won off of one of the pinball machines there because it used to give you baseball cards. And so I'm gonna just hang on to those because some of them actually probably have some value now. Let's see. She loves it. Yum yum Vegemite. No, no, no. You like Vegemite. This is not a me thing. This is definitely just a you thing, and I think all of our friend group agrees that that's gonna stay a you thing. Let's see. Much better connection now. Yay! We'll last, but we're gonna try for just a little bit. I am going to, however, hang on for a second. I'm gonna try to get something that I can lean my phone up against. Just so you guys know, like an hour ago, I was out here, and this is where Spanky comes out whenever he uses the restroom because it's his safe spot. A lot of you don't know this, but I do have a little mini schnauzer. He's a senior mini schnauzer, so he can't travel. He can barely see. But so that he has space that he feels free in, he has his own little thing out here. But earlier, there were grasshoppers over the whole thing. It was so gross. I walked outside and I was like, ooh, that doesn't look fun. Let's see. Now we're gonna have the neighbor dogs barking though, just so you know. It's gonna get wild, and if they come up, they're not nice. Vegemite is good stuff. There you go. You have another person who's agreeing with you, Brock. You have a Vegemite friend. Although there are funny faces with that, so I don't know. Let's see. I hope to meet up with you, with Mindy from 9th Element, Isaac and Jaylina. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to try to make my rounds to see a lot of different people, especially while I'm in Oregon. I'm going to visit Casey, who you guys probably saw in my Palooza video. We met her when we were in Quartzsite. She's now working outside of Portland on a goat farm. So I'm super excited because, oh my gosh. Okay, so we have a little Quartzsite group chat from the people who we camped with in Quartzsite, and then also Palooza, and she's in that one, and she sends us cute little goat pictures and then pictures of Rico, which is her dog. So it's super fun. So yeah, I'm gonna go see her. I'm gonna go see Dawn, which is at the bottom of the state. She's actually working a Shakespeare festival up there, so I'm gonna go visit her, and then of course I'm gonna go visit Gina. I'm super excited. Let's see. Have a great time on your next trip. Yes, I definitely will. I'm gonna try super hard to just get out and see as many beautiful things in the Pacific Northwest as I can. Last time I was up there, I was in my car, so I was a little bit more limited on where I could go and where I could stay. So now I'm gonna actually have some freedom to move. And then also I'm gonna be meeting up with Dee and Riley, and we're gonna kind of caravan around kind of in between the time that I'm there for the Mountain House retreat and Bend. So I'm really excited about kind of seeing that, and then also visiting some family while I'm up there. Let's see. Goat farm, yes, goat farm, cute goats, goat cheese. I am excited. Thank you so much, Sandra. Let's see. Did I give an update? I'm kind of going through the update. I'm just kind of talking about where I'm going and then the things that are going to be happening. It's just going to be a lot happening over the next couple of months. In fact, one of the things, traffic, you gotta love it. One of the things that I am looking forward to most about going to the Pacific Northwest is being able to explore more. At the same time, I know that's going to come at a big cost. There's not a lot of AT&T service in a lot of places. So I'm going to have to be very smart and strategic with my 0 days. For those of you who don't know what my 0 days are, I've mentioned them previously, but I just kind of gloss over them. 0 days are days where I literally sit my behind at a coffee shop and use their abilities to upload, because I think it's super important to keep up with my schedule. And so I'm going to try to give myself enough cushion that I can kind of not have to have as many 0 days whenever I don't have service, because that kind of takes away from the whole feel of the movement. But at the same time, I do need to upload. So I'm going to keep with my schedule, but you're going to be on a little bit of a delay because of that. Let's see. Somebody says put a dollop of Vegemite in a pot of stew and it adds the umami. Ooh, that would be interesting. Like that would be something that I could see Vegemite being good for. If going south in Oregon to descend, highly recommend Silver Falls. I've been there. I love it. It's amazing. Definitely one of my favorite places that I went to on my last trip. Someone at The Dirt actually suggested it to me when I went to the office, and they were like, you'll love it. They were wrong. I didn't just love it. I loved it. It was amazing. How many states have I traveled to? I am not sure exactly. A lot of them, because if you count all of my travels, not just my travels for the channel, I have traveled to a considerable amount of states. On the channel though, I still have a lot of them to go because it's harder to van life in the northeast kind of area. So I have kind of avoided some of those for that reason until I can talk to more people who have done it. But I have traveled to a lot of those outside of my channel. Yes, I go by Bunny. That is my nickname. Hi. Ever been to New England? It's so beautiful. I have not been to New England. That is on my list. But again, I'm kind of trying super hard to talk to people who have been there. Our friend Stephanie, who we met at Gutted, is actually there right now. So she has tons of tips that she's going to share with me. She just doesn't know that yet. Let's see. I wish I could go to Descend, but you got to take care of your dad. Hey, family is always first. So I completely understand. And Descend on Bend will happen next year also. When you head to Bend, there is a great BLM campground behind the rodeo grounds at Sisters. Okay, so interesting story. We were just talking about Sisters, and I was kind of going through and researching some different things in different areas, and I just found a really great restaurant in Sisters also that I want to check out. So that will probably be super helpful information. Thank you. I'm in Oregon. I live near the Shakespeare Festival. Ooh, so you're right down there by Dawn. That is awesome. That is super, super awesome. Safe travels. Love your channel. Catch you later. Bye, Terry. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, Gina, you are that close to... I thought you were more mid-state. Oh! So I can hit both of you, like, in the same swoop. Yes. Do I ever head to Florida or North Carolina? I've been to North Carolina in my van. I just kind of blooped through. And then I was there when I was in my car and kind of blooped through again. I've done a little bit. I haven't done as much as I would like to. Florida I have been to numerous times, just never in my van. I actually traveled with a dunk contest. I was there for 2 weeks. It was fabulous. I love Florida, minus the fact that it is a sweltering hot box. If it wasn't so hot, it would be better. I just did a 3-week trip in my van up to Washington and Oregon to decide if I wanted to do van life for real. I got a prepaid plan for Verizon hotspot and it worked fantastic. Awesome. I have heard good and bad about Verizon depending on where you're at there. I have thought about doing a hotspot with them. However, in order to do a hotspot with them, I have to do the unlimited plan, and I don't want to invest that kind of money until I know for a fact that it's going to be something that I am really liking, and I'm just dragging my feet on this probably. How do I like my Nissan van? I love it. I had a Nissan car before I had the Nissan van, so I was already pretty familiar with Nissan as a whole, and I really liked the fact that they had such good customer service. Anytime I would have to do something with my car, which was very few times, I had nothing but positive things to say. They have their 100,000 mile bumper-to-bumper warranty, which is amazing, and there are only a few stipulations within that. You can't mess with your electrical system. That is fine. A lot of people have asked me why I don't do like a roof raise or something like that. That is because it messes with the electrical system. We aren't doing that because we bought it for the warranty. That warranty can be maintained at any Nissan dealership across the country, which is very nice. And in addition to my AAA and then also my Texas Farm Bureau, that allows me to have pretty much safety no matter where I am. So that's really, really nice. So, to answer your question, I love my Nissan. If I were to change out my van, I would probably go with just a larger Nissan. Realistically, a high roof Nissan would be my next thing that I would be interested in, just because I am very pleased overall with Nissan as a company. Let's see. What else do we have here? Oop. It's just bouncing. It's bouncing. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I try to just be myself. That's the thing. Whenever you are doing a video and you are having a interesting day, sometimes you can get stressed out, but at the same time, the whole goal of having a bad day is to find the good to make it better. And so I try to always just maintain a super positive attitude. There are days when I am just like frazzled, and you guys see it. You see my frazzled. That is my version of frazzled. So yeah. Where's my pet raccoon? I don't know. I haven't seen it today. For those of you who do not know, there is this weird raccoonness that is going on in our lives that you've kind of seen unfold on the channel. I got like almost attacked by a raccoon. That was super fun. And then I bought a raccoon suit to like have fun with it. And there's some other weird raccoon stuff going on as well. But then I returned to base camp, and guess what? There is a raccoon that I'm pretty sure is a raccoon mama. And it keeps coming up, and we have these random cats that's another story for a different day. They are not our pets, but they live here, and because of that we feed them. So I guess they're our pets, but they're not our pets. But the raccoon has discovered that they have food, and because the raccoon, I'm pretty sure, has babies, it's just like, ooh, I can go get free food. So it has been coming up, and I have gotten the funniest little footage of it just eating, and the cat's just staring at it like, okay, cool. They'll just bring us more because they know we will. And so that's been my entertainment for the past week while here at base camp. Super fun. Thanks, Brock, for bringing that up. I'm wondering where it is, actually. It should be out about this time. I did not adopt it from a truck stop. No, that would be a whole different crisis, probably. Hi! Patricia, I absolutely agree. I've said this before, and I'll probably say it again. Anytime someone is wanting to do a YouTube channel, if you are your authentic self, it will show. There's no reason for us not to be our authentic selves. That's what makes people excited about life, is seeing that people are real. I think that whenever reality TV started out, for example, it was real reality, and I think that's what really brought people in, and then they started to switch the narrative over to this manufactured reality. And while that can be entertaining, it takes away from the concept of real. And I think YouTube has kind of filled in that, because a lot more people are able to share their day-to-day lives with everyone else and just kind of be themselves. And so that's why I think YouTube is a great thing, and being yourself really does go a long way in the world of people who are false and manufactured. Have I been using it a lot? I haven't been using it a lot because I was in higher altitude, so I didn't need it as much there. However, whenever I left higher altitude, yes, and it is working great. Again, we had a little bit of a conversation about this earlier. I'll touch on it again. I think each person has their own individual things that they need, and while it is good to listen to a variety of different voices, at the same time, at the end of the day, you have to go with what works for you. And I'm not telling anybody to go and ever purchase the thing that I have just because I have it, but at the same time, I will give an honest review, and I personally, in my tiny van, am enjoying it. Let's see, what's for dinner? I don't know yet. I probably need to address that pretty soon. I think I have some chicken to make tonight. I'm not sure, though, if that's what I want to go with. After last night's dinner, that was like a mixed thing because I was shooting a video. Yeah, I probably just need to commit to one thing tonight. Let's see. Absolutely, Gina. Being yourself. If the world doesn't like it, then that's on them, because you're being your authentic self. I enjoy the tours you give of various museums and sites. Thank you. That is originally why I started my channel, is to share things like that. I think it's really important that we go to places and learn about life and get brain wrinkles and have a good time. But also by sharing those things, sometimes people can't go to those places because of their location or because of their abilities. And so by sharing them, I just really enjoy that. I think it's great to inspire others to kind of think outside the box. In fact, oh my goodness, guys. Whenever we were at the Wind River Rally, there was all these different things that you could go to, and one of the things that we went to was the Military Vehicle Museum. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm just gonna let you guys know it's a long video, but if you're willing to sit and watch the long video, it's such a cool place. I barely even scratched the surface of this place, and it's a long video. So I just really geeked out there and had a blast. So I think you guys are gonna like that one. Let's see. Don't forget Crater Lake. I went there last time. It was absolutely fabulous. I found a nice free campsite outside of it that was beautiful. Woke up the next morning and it was snowing. It was crazy. But yeah, I want to go back there definitely, because the last time I was there, part of the loop was already closed off, and I want to kind of do the whole thing. Let's see. When are you doing your haunted house night video? I'll leave that one to you. I don't like to be scared. And plus, haunted houses are dark, so it's harder to film those anyway. And if you want to watch a lot of haunted houses, go watch Jacob the Carpetbagger. He loves, like, he does all haunt season, or whatever he calls it. All October, he is going to places like that. If I get any more wrinkles, brave, or otherwise, I'll resemble a raisin. Hey, that's not the worst thing to have a wrinkly brain. I know that physically that's not how it actually works, but at the same time, it's a cool concept to think of every single time you get the wrinkles. Your brain just gets a little bit more pruny and cool, but at the same time, it's not real, but I feel as though that's a great way to illustrate it. And if that's going to be the way that I'm wrinkly, I'm fine with that. I got my Mark II from Indigo. It was... Wait. It's awesome. You know it will not cool a large base. I really like mine. It hasn't failed yet. Absolutely. And that's one of the things that I think that when people are looking into a device that's like that, an air conditioning device, first of all, read the specs. If the specs do not fit your rig, it's not for you. It's not that big of a deal. It's not like one of those, oh no, the world is going to end moments. And I think a lot of people, I'm just gonna say this, and it's controversial yet brave. Whenever I was reading through the comments on that video, I was very upset. Only because a lot of people were making very blanket choice decisions on me as a person based on a review of something that physically does work for me. So I took that to heart, because I was like, I get it when people don't necessarily agree with something, but at the same time, each person, again, is different and has their own unit. If I was in my physical BASECAMP home right now, no, it's not going to cool the whole house. I have 2 air conditioners that are split systems for the house itself. This is not designed to do that. Same thing, if I were in a bus, no, the Mark II is not designed for a bus. It's designed for spot cooling and small space cooling. So if you're using it correctly, it works great. And so whenever I was reading those comments, I was really getting frustrated, because a lot of people who haven't used it, who are going based on other opinions and haven't looked even at the specs of it, were getting very upset at me as a person for just telling, hey, this does work for me. It's the internet, guys. Read the specs. If it doesn't fit your rig, it's okay. It's not gonna kill the end of the day if it's not for you. That is fine. But I wanted to put the information out there for a person who was in a situation like me, and that's why I continued to say, I have a small rig. This is working for me. I showed how it physically works. I could tell the difference in the air personally. And I've talked to many other people who have small rigs, just like Jake, who I originally saw the item from, who's been using this for a year and it works for him. So take it with a grain of salt, guys. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. We don't have to be mean. Hello, Crystal from Michigan. Have you ever watched? Yes, I love Grim Life. Grim Life goes to some super cool places, and I actually that recently they went to a place that I had been to, and I loved that. They went to the fake cemetery that's in Oklahoma, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I love this, because they went there. And I respect them as vloggers because they do just such a neat job with what they do. And so to see how they shared the same place that I had been to, I just completely and totally like geeked out. What if you were in a cave? In a cave, it would already be cool. Ooh, what? Let's see. I use mine in the back of the road trek. It does the job all night long. Absolutely. See, the road trek is a bigger vehicle. It really depends on your insulation, where you're placing it, how you're venting it, and also what kind of power source that you're using. If you're using the battery versus if you're using your independent power. Now, a lot of people that made comments were commenting about, oh, that just takes up too much power. It doesn't. Whenever I'm charging it, I literally charge it while I'm going down the road, and then I just plug it in, and I don't use a bit of my power. And that's the thing that I think there's a little bit of confusion on, is if you use it with battery or without. And I completely understand that having to purchase an additional battery instead of running it off your power is kind of a pain, but at the same time, cool air is cool air, and if it's something that someone wants to invest in, then that is their decision as an independent person. Come explore southern Idaho. I will be passing through Idaho. I'm not sure how much I will get to explore. I have about 4 days, I think, to get up to Oregon, so I'm going to be passing kind of briefly through. There's a few things on my list that I definitely want to check out, so I'm hoping I get to. We will just see how the road makes me weary over that time. Jake from State Farm, he's cool. He is, but this is a different Jake. This is Jake's van. You can find him on Instagram as Jake's van. He actually is a younger guy who is in a vehicle very similar to Lady Bug Out's, and he met us at Gutted last year. He was super, super cool, but I started watching all of his like TikToks and his Instagrams, and I kept in touch with him kind of over time because he was just like a cool kid. And I asked him whenever I was looking at air conditioners specifically, because I knew he had that one, what do you realistically think about this? Will I like it? And he said, yes, you will love it because it's small and, or it's designed for a small van basically. And so I looked into all the specs, saw what he was talking about. Then I sent him another email. Hey guys, so if I use this, am I going to have to use it all the time or just for a short time? Is this something that is worth venting? What do you do when you can't vent it? I asked all these questions beforehand, and that's what ultimately led me to trying it out for myself. Let's see. You use yours with its battery and the Bluetti, and it works great. See? Absolutely. I think that it really just depends on how you allocate your power. I have tons of power in my van. I do that because I have to charge a lot of stuff. And some days I don't have necessarily the best ability to like harvest solar because it's windy or it's cloudy. And so you just kind of have to work with what you have. So when I found out it had an independent battery, I thought that was very important because that way I could just charge it while I'm going down the road and then go with it. If you don't have my number, I can grab it from Dee. Yes, I need to do that. I will definitely text her this evening and say, hey, so I need Gina's number. And that way I can connect with you. I will be up there for about a week before I'm really doing anything because I have to go to Bend for the Mountain House retreat. It's going to be super, super fun. I'm going to try mountain biking. Oh no, this could be terrifying. But I'm hoping that I have some practice by then. Something you guys will see very soon will make that make more sense. I'm just saying. Hello from Ohio. Hello, hello. Oh no, the gnats are coming out and the mosquitoes. I'm going to be like, oh no, it's getting me. And I don't have my bug zapper out here. Oh no. We're gonna watch me have a meltdown. This is gonna be super fun. I'm gonna try to stretch this out to an hour tonight before I get eaten by the mosquitoes. That way we can have lots of conversation. The gnats provide nutrients. I'm glad that you want to eat gnats. I do not. I've eaten enough bugs trying to vlog. Oh my gosh. That's the one thing I wish I could share with you guys that would not make me look absolutely ridiculous. I'll be sitting here recording, all of a sudden, bug in the mouth. And I'll be like, ah! It's not cute. It's probably on some blooper reel somewhere. At some point, maybe I'll put one of those together. Yes, you caught a live. It's one of my random lives when I have signal, and it almost didn't happen because my service is not great while I'm at base camp. Let's see. Hope you guys are doing okay. Absolutely. Hello from Nebraska. Hi from Southern Illinois. Represent. What? Hello from St. Louis. St. Louis. Okay, since you mentioned St. Louis, of course I have the video of me going up into the arch. Well, I'm going to also be sharing another video from the St. Louis area sometime within probably the next couple weeks. It's going to be a fun one. I'm super excited. Hello from Jamaica. Oh, nice. I would love to go to Jamaica about now. The ocean. Woo! New Mexico. See, we're just representing all over the place. South Carolina. Nice. Meanwhile, I am sweltering in Texas. Hi, guys. Oh, here's another person. Here's another person who is in Texas sweltering with me. Yes! I saw a lady. I think she has a YouTube video. I think her name is Hannah Straight. She went to a cave, saw something, got scared, ran out of the cave. I would probably be running too if I saw something scary. Although I don't feel like running is probably the safest thing for me to do because I have problems with walking sometimes. So if I were in fear and on uneven terrain, I can only imagine I would probably fall. Oh, Brock says it was him in the cave. Good times, good times. It might have been. He's a crazy person who goes into mine shafts. Of course, you can see some of that on his channel. And he also explains his search and rescue. So go follow Aussie Van Man if you aren't already. Hey Bunny, I live in Oregon, about 100 miles up I-5 from California. I feel very blessed to live in such a beautiful place. I absolutely agree. That place is amazing. Oh my goodness. Last time I was up there, I was just like, the whole time it was like, I didn't see a thing I didn't enjoy. Like realistically, even whenever I was in the cities there, I would find all of these unique things. So cool. And so I'm really looking forward to going back up that way. Hello from Texas again. Yes. Okay, so Brock says not only was it him in the cave, he was trying to keep cool. That's only because you live in 145-degree temperatures in Phoenix. I'm just saying. Just saying. Let's see. Oh, great. Now the outside bugs are making the noises. Hello from the Arkansas Travelers. Okay, guys, so that's my parents. It's probably down here actually on your screen, but my parents are currently traveling through Arkansas. They're visiting some cool places. They went to Maya Angelou's hometown area. They also went to some other cool, neat things. And yeah, speaking of my parents, something that you guys have been asking about is if I would be posting something with an update for their van and what they've been doing. And they did not get to take their van on this trip because they're still working on it, but they've been doing some cool stuff. So I'm actually going to be doing an update video of what's going on in their van so you guys can see it. My dad isn't quite ready to do a YouTube channel right now, and that's okay. And so instead, I'm just gonna kind of show you what's up and then also show you some cool things that's gonna be installed probably by the next time that I come home because I'm gonna be gone for a while. Let's see. Have I ever gone to Natural Bridges in San Antonio? Oh, I'm getting bit, guys. I haven't been to that one, actually. I've passed through it, like that area. I've seen all of the cool signs, because if you haven't been in that area, they have these signs that have like dinosaurs on them. And I've always wanted to go there, but I haven't been there yet. If I owned an ice cream shop, I'd be okay. But you don't own an ice cream shop, so you just need to go into like a cold, refrigerated area at a grocery store, I guess. Arkansas land is really cheap and great for a home base. I haven't looked at the price of Arkansas land, but that would be slightly less hot, so you should look into that. I love your dad's van. I do too. I've been just looking at it going, ooh, there's so much room. I can literally stand up and like put my hands over my head and not touch the ceiling. It's insane. I park my van next to his van, and my van looks like a dwarf. And it's kind of sad, but whenever I go into their space, I'm just like, wow, like full-size things fit in here. In mine, I have to have the miniature version. You haven't seen my dad's van? Well, I actually have a couple videos where I touch on that a little bit, so go check out my van life playlist. And I think one of them says everything's going to change, because it is. My parents are going to hit the road in their van as soon as it's finished. Bob Wells uses a wet towel and a fan to stay cool. That's great for Bob if it works out for him. He is in a drier climate, so that might work out. That has never worked out for me personally. Just saying. I've always been way too hot for that. So it might work where he's at. I don't know. You should go. It's amazing. I got family in San Antonio. We do a lot of stuff there. I love the San Antonio area. There's a lot of really cool things to do there. I just haven't done that particular thing. I've been to, of course, the Riverwalk and SeaWorld, the big two. I haven't been to Fiesta, Texas either. That's another thing that's there that I haven't done. So many historic sites there, though. I did a mission tour. Oh, it was so cool. But yeah, I have a lot of exploring to do still. It's just so stinking hot in Texas. It makes it hard. Let's see. Big Bend in Lone Star State is a great place for history too. Absolutely. It is. It's just so far in the direction. So far. I always try to tell people, just for a concept of Texas, especially when they're not as familiar with the Texas landmass. If I want to go to the beach in Texas, it takes me 9 hours to get there. What? If I want to go to West Texas, to go out to Big Bend, it's almost 9 or 10 hours to get there too. It's insane how far it is. Just to leave to go west, I typically take 287 to 40 and then 40 out. And that takes about 4.5 hours from where I call base camp. And that is a long 4.5 hours, I will tell you. It is the longest 4.5 hours you will ever drive. So typically whenever I have an opportunity, I just go up through Oklahoma, because I can get up to Oklahoma in less than an hour. And then it's different, at least. It's not the same stretch of flat land with windmills and cows. Let's see. The bugs are getting angry behind you. Yeah, they're going to attack me probably. It's not going to be fun. Start taking lots and lots of vitamin B complex. Bugs hate it. You know, vitamin B is not a terrible thing, because it's also really good for circulation. However, it is not good to take too much of it too. I spoke to my doctor about this a long time ago, because I was always super cold whenever I was a kid, and they thought it might be a circulation issue. So when I got to be an adult, I was trying to figure out, how can we fix this? And one of the things that they said was to take vitamin B and B12, which are both very good for circulation. And I talked to my doctor about that, and they said you shouldn't do too much of that though, because it can actually produce some other things that could be problematic later on. So be careful. Let's see. Do you recommend a 12-volt fridge? Absolutely. Absolutely. If you're a person who wants to have a fridge in your van, a 12 volt is going to be best when it comes to power consumption. It's just going to not pull quite as much off of your power stations or your static power system. And so it's going to cycle on and off better also. So again, not pulling as much power. And especially if you're traveling during the summer, that's going to be super important, because although the sun is unlimited, at the same time, if your power is constantly having to go on and off and on and off, it can be a problem. Let's see. Hi from Disney World. What? That's so cool. You're going to get to see the fireworks. When I was there, they weren't doing the fireworks.